Diego's the immortal VP.
Naku, lakad matatag!
Get him shard, and then your life is not very good. They go to the Medusa. Okay, just someone that's able to withstand a lot of that damage, but really until you start to build up a lot more of that armor. Oh, actually pulling the cars back underneath the tower, and they're making an aggressive move here. This might be the first blood.
Kaz has got some stick charges to play with. Pandamu, can he get in range for the heal? You bet he can. One more right click. Lane.
Yeah, it gives him a whole lot more effective HP than the
Top lane. Hyde might be in a bit of trouble. Nothing Savage can do to protect the disruptors. Thunder. Great read from them. Capital
into position.
Well, TPing mid.
Actually, movement coming to mid. It's actually a pretty big deal. I mean, Alone doesn't end up dying here, but it's a lot of information revealed on the map. Actually ended up cancelling the TP on Matthew, and it might cost Savage.
Savage gonna end up going down. Alright. Meanwhile, they got the coil mid lane as well. Makoto's not going to be an easy kill. He's not playing with some ultimate charges for the moment. Alone just with the pure right-click damage and the help of Pandamu nearby will get the kill. And they've got the early grave as well. Pandamu with...
Matthew might be able to get this, and most likely will.
Beautiful spell casting. Matthew in prime position. It does give a lot of space to K. He does like this first side in BKB. I see him do it very often when he's playing the Death Prophet alone. I've been a bit of trouble for the moment. They've got the sentry nearby and Matthew as well. He's going to be in some trouble. Pandamu might be able to get in range for the grave, but I don't think that's going to be enough to prevent them from getting the kill. A glimpse back into the river, but Makoto has got an ultimate charge up in a couple of seconds. The rest of abilities as well to play with, so they might turn to Pandamu instead as Zephyr.
Back on the low ground.
Oh, what a beautiful dispose. Chucks the Dazzle inside the river as Makoto's going to pounce on that opportunity, but there is a threat moving on options down bottom. They've done just that. Let's see how aggressive Zephyr gets though. He's going to jump in. Coil. It's only on to one. So it's not going to be the greatest to hold them back. Even Sacred's going to look to rotate as well. But the threat of the Rolling Thunder, it's going to be difficult for Talon to take this team fight. They need to wait out the ultimate from Sacred, and maybe they can reinitiate off the back of Makoto's jump. KP's hesitant for the moment, backing off towards the T1 tower, but Makoto's in. The burst is too fast for Pandamu to react. The Grave not coming out fast enough. Now KP is going to chase down another target, but it's got to be cautious. Lane. Who's going to get the jump though, Makoto. Moving on forward, they're instantly going to try and pounce on Sacred. Oh, what a beautiful static storm, but Pandamu's able to get out of range. So the Grave is going to be there in the nick of time. Even Savage looking to rotate to pump the damage in. But they don't get the kill fast enough. Sacred has an opportunity with the Rolling Thunder, and he's actually going to go back in. Sacred offering the control, so now the rest of Thunder can consider about diving under the tower. They know that Savage TP'd in. The threat of the rotation off the back of KP joining up top. That will hold Thunder
to take the tier 1 tower plot.
KP might be in some trouble. They've got the call to work with. He's definitely a tanky boy, but with the scatter blast point blank from Matthew, already 4 points in it. Look at the rotation. Bakaz as well enters the outpost, drags back Zephyr. Anyone
catch these higher priority targets.
KP's huge. KP is huge. And a beautiful coil is going to be able to set up for that as Sacred is going to be in with the combo. The team fight from Thunder. As soon as they get their ultimates off, there's going to be no competition. There's 2 down. Let's see what else. Huge win for Thunder Awaken.
He cancelled it. He cancelled the TP.
Oh.
He's all the way back in base, so... I mean, maybe he just didn't want to reveal himself, potentially, but, I mean, every time that you're just... Your movement around the map isn't super effective, this is going to be a free pickoff that might even just convert it to Roche. Like, fine. They're not even going to wait.
You got the Reality Rift maxed out, mid lane. What's going on? Matthew, in a bit of trouble at the moment. If you can get a freebie, but Pandamu's going to really make him work for it. Because gets the coil. It's holding the Void Spirit into place for the chain control afterwards. Makoto, he can't get out. And meanwhile, look at this KP. Oh no. And see if they can get alone. Zephyr's going to start with the blink and the static storm as well. Beautifully done. I think that was the blink reveal as well. See if they can chain this into anything else. Thunder Awaken. They might lose Pandamu. Once maybe his position is going to be caught off guard because we'll do nothing to keep his Daz alive. They're actually looking at TP, and so they want to take the fight. KP. Great reactions with the BKB. They're going to be able to hold back the Chaos Knight for the moment as well. They're having some difficulties with right-clicking, but Sacred, look at the target prioritization, just straight towards Savage's location, and Bakaz will pump in the damage as Savage has no opportunity to right-click down the Chaos Knight, and now Makoto is next on the agenda. A Yule Scepter maybe to buy some time. He's going to be able to dodge the Chaos Bolt. An Astral Step in a couple of seconds, and Sacred does the dirty work with the shield crash. And meanwhile, KP and Matthew playing tag, and they're going to see Matthew. They'll take whatever they can get. Killed to buff them up. KP's going to look to jump to Dazzle as well. They might not be able to get Matthew for the moment. Makoto's going to look to fall with the damage. Meanwhile, in the river though, KP with the Exo just charging down Pandamu is going to be forced to Grave and TP out. Talon, if they can get any more out of this, looks like unfortunately they won't be able to, because he's even threatening about jumping back in because they got alone as well with a combo. Coil leashing them together, but they're not able to deal with Medusa. There's a decent fight for Talon as Savage Stonegaze is out controlling Bakaz. They'll get rid of the Chaos Knight. A big streak for them to be able to fight, but can they keep Makoto alive? It's Sacred, a swashbuckle from afar, but again Zephyr's in with a combo, buffing up Dazzle, and that meant that Thunder Awaken kind of had to play it. Jump in. Alicia to 2 with the Mortimer Kiss. That's a lot of damage with a fork from Sacred. They chain control Makoto perfectly. And now Sacred, he can roll on forward to catch out Zephyr. A beautiful jump all off the back of Alone's. Battle for the haste.
Very tempting.
Makoto's going to take the bait. Jesus Christ, the bashes it out. Oh no, Makoto. He's going to be in some trouble here. And yours maybe to the dissimulate, but Sacred veers back towards the Void Spirit's location. And now Savage is going to look to use the Stonecase defensive. They need to buy back to protect the Medusa. You can't let Savage go down like this. Bakaz's going to be in, jumping the Medusa for the damage. Savage not pumping enough out for the moment. The rest of Talon are nearby to try and protect it, but they haven't dealt with the Dazzle. So Bakaz playing with the Grave, the BKB as well, soon to expire, so they get rid of the Chaos Knight, but that's all they'll find, as now they'll turn back to KP. Forward down on Talon, a buyback. They're engaged into the TP out, and yeah, they got a Delta split. Hyde to the left, and Zephyr to the right. Rolling Thunder will be used from Sacred to try and cancel the TP out. Meanwhile, top lane though, Makoto's going to be in some trouble as well. Alone and Matthew also get another kill across the map. The positioning.
No available, so
Zephyr, there's a really big kill if they can find it. Sacred, he's going to go down. Makoto gets a streak, and now he's going to move over to Matthew. The rest of Radiant, they were towards the T2 tower up top, so they're going to be slow to connect to the Snapfire's location.
Can't be too keen though,
KP, this is, you got to be cautious. You don't see anyone else on Thunder. It's going to jump up forward. Glimmer's going to protect him for the moment. They'll drop the ward down as well for the vision, so they've got firm control of this area now, as Pandamu's going to go down. So, alright, Talon, look at a couple of kills. BKB as well to work with, so it's going to be very difficult for them to deal with the park. Let's see. There's that gobble up into the toss in KP. Oh, they get the stun as well. Zephyr, though, buy him some valuable time, but that time is not long enough. My lord.
Out of the silence from the puck.
Dyer's middle barracks.
A lot of little things right now.
Is there what? Makoto's in. They don't have Savage nearby. Trying to force some reactions. Static Storm's going to get laid down as well, but look at the side. Bakaz with the double damage room rips apart the Disruptor, but Savage has entered the fight. A decent amount of damage for the moment. They got the Stonegaze as well, but Sacred just rolls on forward. A slight control out of the Abyssal Blade means that Bakaz can reposition. In fact, they'll toss it back in. Why not turn towards the Medusa next, as the mana is starting to be drained away, and the health pool will soon follow as Bakaz is on an ultra kill. Why not look to give this man a rampage?
He's tier 4 towers, so he might not get a chance.
Dyer's middle tower.
Buyback on Makoto. They got Glyph as well to work with, and well, they're not even going to try and hold this. Thunder Awaken will take game one. An incredibly convincing game one as well, coming out from the south.
Phase with the slows coming up from the Veno that you kind of like want a man fight, but you can just turn it around.
Oh,
All right.
I mean,
like it. Oh, he's got this after me.
Slowing down whatever little farm Savage is able to find. Being a nuisance as well, getting to his heads. And you see, they've got the level 2. Savage is going to go down here. There's nothing Hyde can do. Savage will try and get as much damage in as possible, but now they've got the creep wave going under the tower as well, so they can continue the dive onto Hyde to manipulate that and find multiple kills. But that's kind of similar to the Night Stalker as well. Like, this is not a hero that's very good until that first night time. So I really wonder how bottom's going to shape up. We do have some action top lane though. Matthew just runs back into the shrapnel, so Savage able to find the kill. Bottom lane as well, we go as Panda move. Another round of the soul assumption from KP. Because he's trying to stand his ground into Zephyr. He doesn't have the Void to play with. I don't know if because he's going to win the man fight. Beautiful mischief from Zephyr. And he's got the Zelv to top up the resources as well. So Talon, I should say, off to a good start down bottom.
Nice up top though. Hyde ends up going down. At least they get the trade for that. And that was not a fresh TP. That's actually Matthew that's probably going to land this kill. Double kill.
Decent equilibrium, which is always important, again, against his double range lane. They might get aggressive straight away, but it's actually going to be Talon on the front foot first. Sacred taking a lot of damage inside the shrapnel. Matthew, does he have the potential to turn this around? An early level of Grave out of Hyde, and
it was actually just so much more effective HP that he had to be able to turn around to make that fight happen. But there we go. 5 minutes, KP. Immediate target for them to go on to. A couple of seconds until they're
see if he's going to be able to play around with it. Not the case. Because finds the kill onto Zephyr. They even got Matthew down bottom as well. They might be able to scan you fall behind.
Oh yes, you do not farm. The scaling is better than it used to be. Alone might be looking to go for the toss here into Matthew, but Kodo has to be a little bit careful.
Can you get the jaunt up? Oh my lord, Matthew still has the vision for the arc lightning. Beautifully done. A decent game now.
Just watching the bot side. I think you need to be waiting for this Zeus level 6.
Does go down, but bottom we got the combo out from Alone. Rotation in. Does secure the kill, but meanwhile mid lane it does leave Makoto in a position where he's also able to bring down another lane. They're on Sacred again as well. Oh boy. This is so difficult for the Venomancer to play in. They're going to look to try and TP in on Pandamu. That Savage not even requiring the assassinate. That might be able to get Pandamu as well. They're going to need another TP out of Matthew, but that'll be too late. And hang on, Matthew? Okay, they got no shrapnels to play with.
They're just like, is it nighttime? It is nighttime. Let's be a little bit careful. Really wanting to open up that map a little bit. As it's approaching the daytime, maybe trying to force out the use of the Dark Ascension from the cars. Just hit someone to... Never mind, he's not even level 7 yet.
In some trouble, Pandamu. Nothing the Ogre can do off to the side. Thunder, they're starting to bring some numbers down bottom to maybe set up for a turnaround, but they're not going to be fast enough. Matthew and Alone is going to be really important. A decent chunk of the damage from Thunder. We do see moving over into their own jungle. Makoto doesn't have too much mana to be able to take this fight, so he's going to be cautious as Alone. Drop the combo, but it's not enough to get the kill. In fact, he just tosses Makoto closer to the Ogre. And meanwhile, Matthew has won to the tier 2 tower. Look at Talon. Relentless pressure. They're going to go for Sacred as well. He'd be starting to come out, but yeah, that's all on the back of Zephyr. Just dumping into the tree line, scouting out Alone's position. He's going to go for a TP, but on Alone. So they will get nothing out of the smoke on Talon. And Makoto's alright, he's going to drop a coil for this. Because he's nearby with the Dark Ascension as well, he's going to use the ultimate to see Zephyr in the trees. He's not going to have too much damage by himself, but the Void is back up to cancel the TP. That's a big kill. Matthew's going to be the one to find it down bottom lane though. Alone and Sacred in combination together, they get a big kill onto the Visage, and meanwhile top lane we go. Because beating back onto Makoto, he's got Hyde playing nearby. The Grave should always be a potential to keep Makoto alive, so he's going to turn to try and deal with Hyde instead, but the Dark Ascension has expired, and the Assassinate from downtown, Savage is looking to rotate and put his stamp on the team fight, and he does so with great success as Talon find a...
Fine here. He's just got the Vlad's offering going straight into the Hood of Defiance after that. Not sure what Zephyr's doing jumping down.
He Alone cut the tree. I don't know how. He saw him, I kind of looked away and then came back bottom. Yeah, we'll go with Spidey senses, so... They're gonna look to this. They see Savage at the triangle. They've got a really good ward to play with. Let's see if they're gonna have to burst. They're gonna go for the Dazzle instead. And now with the Dazzle out of the equation, it'll give them the opportunity to control the triangle.
But I wouldn't hate seeing a Crimson Guard against this. able to avoid some of the stuns looking to come through. This is a heavy commitment just for
Alone's
position
nearby. Look at the
5.
jump from the Tiny. A toss back onto KP. They're able to get the damage over time. Zephyr's going to be able to drop the Wukong to try and control the team fight. KP, though, he just TPs out. They've got no way to counter that. Meanwhile, though, Thunder will still turn their attention to deal with Zephyr on the Monkey King. So a 2-for-1 favoring Thunder. They saw the positioning of the orb. Alone, they get a glimpse of Makoto as well. The Dark Ascension still... Bakaz is playing with the ultimate, so they know exactly where Makoto is going. With a blink coming up shortly, Alone should be able to offer the control. He's a little bit too far away for the toss on forward. Bakaz has got the silence now to work with, and the avalanche from
Control.
Nightstalker doesn't have a TP to be able to connect to this fight. Savage gonna be able to get the beaky up, but Alone as well will turn around with his own magic immunity. Need more top lane though. Bakaz is trying to solo kill the Puck. Zephyr's gonna be nearby to be able to offer some assistance, but Bakaz just, he turns it back around, cuts the tree once again as at least Zephyr's able to keep his core alive. Meanwhile, the Riven out, KP's gonna be in trouble as well. A Grave coming out the last second for Hyde. Another TP out for KP. Not again. TPing out directly in their face, but Hyde, he will not have the same fate as Thunder.
To go for. Attempt the Roshan where they still don't have Thunder Gods, they still don't have the Dark Ascension available. They should be able to take this.
Might be able to get Zephyr again on it. Oh, Alone, he jumped into the river. He's got the BKB to play with for the moment. They haven't been able to bring down the Tiny into a threshold where that's required. KP might be in some trouble though. It was a solo Poison Nova. The Gale's not going to be enough to tick KP out thanks to the Hood and the sustain coming out from Hyde, so... Pike and the BKB to use defensive. They need to deal with the Dazzle and instantly the Nightstalker jumping the position of Hyde, making sure he can't get anything off defensively. But hang on, this Nightstalker's got no backup. Makoto drops down the core. Now the rest of Thunder in a compromised position. Sacred's just going to put his body on the line Alone. Hang on, he's in with a combo. The damage, it might be enough to get a couple of kills before the consequence of his own life. But a BKB and Alone is able to escape to the left side, and Talon, in the end, they actually lose 3 and Alone. Trying to jump Savage just off the mark with the avalanche, but now Makoto, he's got an avenue to enter the fight. They know their stuns are on cooldown. There's going to be no way they can control the Puck for the moment, and this will give Savage an opportunity as well, just to beat down onto the Tiny from afar. Savage, godlike streak, 24 minutes in.
Oh, haha.
So they're able to enter the fight. Dark Ascension, but this is gonna... It's gonna reek of a smoke. Talon instantly looking to retreat back to their side of the map because does give them the information. Oh my lord, what a combo! Savage, he gets the Satanic off. He's trying to stand his ground. I don't think he's going to be able to do enough. As Thunder, they are back in this game off one team fight. KP's going to be in some trouble as well, but hang on, Makoto. He's been able to put the works in because he's able to jump back into PKP, preventing the chain control. Makoto's out to the right, but they don't have the same capability out of Zephyr. As Alone, oh, he does it perfectly. Jumps in, they were all grouped up, and that was off the back of the vision. Thanks.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Good spot. Alone's gonna be in, looking to blow up Zephyr. But the Grave will buy him some time, and now Alone's going to be stuck in the middle. They haven't gotten on top of Savage. The Sniper's damage starting to ramp up, and now with the coil as well, Makoto leashing 2 heroes together. Savage going to try and move on the high ground, protected with the BKB. And look at the damage he's starting to pump out. Thunder, they cannot stick around to take the fight. They've lost Alone. They might lose more as well. Makoto up to a killing spree. Sacred as well, stuck out in the river.
Top lane's pretty pushed in. Someone's going to need to have to deal with that because you don't. Tiny's still dead for 40 seconds. You have the potential to, at very minimum, force out a glyph, but instead they're looking to try and
this is incredibly deep. You're a carry, you can't be making these plays.
Oh, he doesn't have buyback. I was thinking, okay, that move can kind of make sense. You know, bring a lot of distractions away if you've got the buyback to be able to turn this one around. And
the toss back because he's going for it. There we go.
Got the Aegis.
Savage. Oh, they're going to force stuff in further inside the base. The grenade's going to get some distance, but the backline, this is important because they're able to deal with the Dazzle. to get rid of the defensive factor, but because he's going to be controlled for the moment with the coil, but they're buying some time to deal with the sniper. First life still yet to be addressed. How do they set up for round 2 though? They're going to need some buybacks to be able to turn this fight around. Alone, he's in once again with a toss onto the hiker, but Savage, look at the mobility. He's able to reposition. They're going to try and deal it with the tree volley, but that's barely any damage. As Savage, under the cover of the Glimmer, up to the north, Satanic to play with. They still haven't dealt with the sniper. There's just nothing they can do. Savage, he's got so much mobility to avoid the numbers of Thunder. And now they're back onto Bakaz on the high ground. He just brought back prior potential of a dieback here, but Makoto is going to jump down to the south instead. Even Tiny's in trouble. Hang on, alone. He jumped into the middle, feeling like he had the damage to deal with Talon, but that was not the case. As Talon one fight away, that might be, in fact, enough to take this game.
I think it will be. 18, 3, and 14 on 23 Savage. He's looking to make it 19. Just pushing in onto this, and, well, Talon, they're going to get their first win of the Arlington Major. It's a big confidence boost for them after what happened in game number 1. TA just looked way too strong, but this
Right. Trinkets.